When is Odyssey gonna work again? Probably soon.
Does he not work right now?
Yeah, what's wrong with it? This is
Like,
first time
what's wrong with
hearing.
it?
Oh, it's that I think it's that thing I sent you. The issue on GitHub.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should probably update that with the new backported iOS 15 changes as well.
Yes. So there will be an Odyssey update. Will it be hard
So
to implement the UI
someone
to the app? No.
someone asked, would I rather eat barbecue or buffalo wings? Um, I guess it
I'm a
depends
big
on what type of. So for wings, I would probably rather have buffalo, but honestly, if it were up to me on how to have chicken, it would be neither of them. I would rather have their Korean fried chicken or Korean barbecue. What's that? Like there was the delay OTA for like so long after
yeah.
that.
Yeah, like it was super easy to get to 14.3 to the point where like there's probably not even that many users on 14.0 to 14.2 anymore.
Also, I see a comment from Chan Young Kim. I guess if you were curious, I did go to Seoul lately, and while I was there, yes, I was listening to so much K-pop. I like literally earlier during this call, I was eating like a latte concho, and I was drinking latte milkies. Like these are both Korean snacks. So yeah, I probably got addicted to stuff from there when I was in Seoul. But
Not sure if it's been addressed, but how come the change of names to change? We change the name every year. That is to avoid confusion because, like, if someone comes up to me and is like, I'm having a problem with Uncover, I first have to narrow down what iOS they're on. If someone comes to me and says, I have a problem with Odyssey, I already know it's iOS 13. Beyond that, it's just like, it's a nice, fun exercise choosing a name every year, and it usually takes me about like 5-10 minutes, and then we just stick with it.
it also like keeps my code base a lot cleaner too because I don't have to bundle the like code for every single iOS version into one app.
Oh
Also,
my
oh
God, someone
no,
someone beat Justin to it.
someone,
Someone
someone
beat
just,
Justin to it. I
someone
tagged him.
just,
I tagged him.
oh no, that is cursed. Why?
Absolutely cursed.
I never understood the reasoning behind simping. Like, why?
To be fair, I think he was being ironic. To be fair, neither does Bone. He just breaks all the iOS version. Oh, that's a good one. So is Faza available in Cheyote? That will be down to the Faza devs. They didn't even bother updating for 14, did they?
Filter depth?
Yeah. No, the yeah, Faza. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so because like there was actually another issue with their code signatures in iOS 14 for Turing, but I kind of just had the jailbreak quietly fix it, which in retrospect, like that just means that it just pushed their problems off to this year because now they have to update it. Like,
Uh, how does one even pronounce Cheo? It's pronounced Cheyote. There you go.
with it being rootless, will something like succession easily work? You will not even need succession. Like, you
Yeah.
pretty much just delete private preboot JB. In fact, it's so easy that the build of Cheyote that you're watching on my stream right now actually does like delete every single jailbreak file and then bootstraps a new like jailbreak every single time.
If I said Cheyote 30 minutes ago, that was me being an idiot. It's Cheyote. Apparently, the correct pronunciation for the fruit is coyote, something like that, but that sounds stupid.
Also, I guess should we try something fun and just test stuff on stream for the first time and see if it works?
Why not?
Um,
Give it to people to show.
all right, we will. Here, let's do something fun and let's test precursus live on stream for the first time. Um,
I'm
Now I know
sure.
for a fact.
I was gonna say I'm sure Hayden and Cameron are gonna have the time of their lives knowing that you're doing this.
I'm very sure of it. Okay, I will try changing the password because I know that was something that was potentially brought up. Um,
Yep. Did you see that root password changed? To all of you people worried about
yes.
that, that is a thing you can do.
Um, so that being said, the file modification time seems to still be September 28th, so I'm not sure if that actually changed. Let's check that. Unfortunately not. It is still Alpine.
Oh Jesus! Never mind.
That did not work.
We should we just disable logging in as root?
No, I think it should be fixable. Let's try the other thing I wanted to test. Let's log in as mobile. Um, Tempted to clear. Sure, allow. Ooh, this is fun. Z shell config. Um, Hello, Z shell. Are you working? Okay, I will just kill that shell for now. Okay, quit and do nothing. Okay, so logging in as mobile works. Let's see. So for people who are wondering about setUID, it should work because we are below 15.2. So if I run SU, oh, okay, that will also need fixing. I'm sure the Precursus team members are probably very much enjoying them testing it live.
I trust this typing. Oh,
Um,
it's we're not testing anything major, but it's right now it's just SSH logging in.
we're mostly testing ham, so like logging in as mobile, um, elevating from mobile to root, and changing the password. So changing password didn't work, and SU seems to be having problems right now. This was sudo. Oh, that also doesn't work.
Both are throwing up errors with Pam.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Okay, so for SU it says SU Pam underscore start system error. For sudo dash s it says unable to initialize Pam undefined error 0. Did you get that, Hayden, or do you want me to write it?
A screenshot of this.
Yeah. I'm not sure which of my lovely assistants decided to post the the alternative themes for Cheyote, but thank you.
I'm just here like
I'm
struggling
just
to
having a great
use
time
Mac
right now.
OS.
Do you not
Okay, there we
do you
go.
not screenshot to clipboard? You know you can do that, right?
But you can screenshot the clipboard.
Yeah, do Command Shift 5 and then options, and then you can choose where it saves.
So I've just been cluttering my desktop for nothing the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, I always do it to clipboard. It's such a pain in the ass otherwise. So do Command Shift 5 and then hit options. Also, do you use Genie Effect? Ew.
Oh,
And
I
then
should
choose.
not?
I use
Yeah,
Zoom
I
Effects
currently
just because
do
it's
have
ugly.
that. Is Zoom Effect faster? Because I think I've heard about that, but
Just right click. Oh yeah, you can right click on the dock and it should come. A dock and menu bar. There you go. And then yeah, scale effect. That's the one. Uh, yeah,
that is a lot faster.
yeah. But yeah, no. Hit Command Shift 5 and then click options and then click clipboard.
Oh wow. Okay, I
Yeah,
did not know this was a thing.
yeah. No, this is by default what you used. It was actually really nice on touch bar because on touch bar you could hit like when you hit Command Shift 4, the option would show in the touch bar for where it was going to save. So if you wanted it to save to desktop one time, you could do that.
Dang, maybe I should have gotten a MacBook Pro. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Command Control Shift 4 puts it in clipboard regardless of the options. Do I look like an octopus to you? I do not have that many usable fingers at once for a screenshot.
Also, here's a top tip on how to make your macOS dock completely unusable. Enable this setting,
Oh
and
my
you're
god.
like, oh yeah, my icons are just running away from me.
No, and then
Absolutely worthless.
I don't know how you use like left dock. Like that drives me insane.
Wait, what's wrong with left dock?
I don't know. I can only use it on the bottom. If it's like anywhere other than the bottom, like my brain stops working.
Interesting.
I'm the same with Windows as well. Like if the Windows um bar is like anywhere other than bottom, I go into limp home mode. Like I just take like 10 seconds to find things.
Admittedly, I'm kind of weird in that I use taskbar on the bottom always on Windows, but I always put dock on the left on Mac.
Oh, is that like a
Yeah,
Linux thing? Because I think some people prefer that on Linux as well.
it might be. I think it's
No,
probably
Rolex, I do love Linux. I actually have a Pop! OS installed on my gaming PC, and I have it set up to look a lot like Mac OS.
okay. Someone asked about the most difficult challenge of jailbreaking 15.2. Um, for that, that's mostly going to be the changes around page protection layer.
I wish Apple would release their own job. That runs counter to like everything Apple stands for.
Yeah.
Um, German. Why Cheyote and not Chayo? One, search engine optimization. Two, domains. It is a lot easier to get domains for a word that doesn't exist. If Apple is watching, what is one thing you want to say to them? Hi.
I mean, Apple was literally watching me last month, so
Oh god, I think we started on a Linux nerd battle.
oh no. Did the Linux users just enter the chat?
Yeah, I saw Gentoo and Arch and my eyes just started glazing over.
I swear, if we get more Linux users in here, I will probably pull up an Arch VM and immediately boot loop it.
Did you see what Oppa posted?
Oh, yeah, Oppa was saying managed to get a dial-up injected to Springboard, but it crashed immediately. Yes, that is the PMAP trust level. Um, so Coyote is gonna do like something similar to Taurine, except that because of iOS 15, it's gonna be a bit more cursed, and like you will need to have a user space reboot.
How do you manage to ignore the ETA kids and assholes on Twitter? So Twitter actually has some really useful tools for managing your notifications. So anyone without a profile picture, and anyone without a verified phone number, I have turned off, which like helps a lot. Eh,
Also, by the way, Appa, if you want to try injecting stuff into Springboard easily, I would recommend uh, using an A11 device if you're doing stuff on your own. Um, Simply because stuff's a lot more difficult on A12 and up if you're doing stuff for the first time.
this is a good one. Is Chariot going to be perma-signed? I believe the bug still works on 15.
Yes, yes, permasign. Yes, it will be permasign. You could probably replace some like useless app on stock. Like worst case scenario could just be like, oh yeah, your tips app or like something stupid like that is now the jailbreak utility.
I personally think we should replace the settings app because that would be funny.
Oh, that would.
Could you imagine the chaos that would cause? No, Matt, no one uses the phone app anymore. That would be too easy. No one actually calls anybody anymore.
It would cause absolute chaos. Replace the messages app.
Outside of the US, people wouldn't even notice, I promise you.
Oh, that's also true.
Yeah, I think settings is probably the one app that would really screw people over. Just because at some point someone will need to go into settings to do something.
Be interesting is to see if we replace Safari, how many people notice.
Oh my god.
It's like, all right, you are now using Chrome. deal
Oh, I'm
with it.
replace the App Store. Okay, do people have more questions? Oh, iGerman, that won't work. Safari, iMessage opens in the Safari app. It doesn't open a view controller.
Okay, people asking about 15.2 and up. If you look at the event name, it will say 15.1.1 because we do not guarantee anything 15.2 or higher.
Which phone are you on? I am currently on a 13 Pro on 16 beta. I also have a 13 mini on 15.5 beta 4 in case we decide to go down that road. Um,
I have
uh,
an iPhone 12 Pro on 15.1.
what does the chair app icon look like? Someone post the emote.
Oh, someone was asking about the thing I said long ago about 7-day, like, thing, 7-day bypass for iOS 13. I believe that was for the DYLD exploit, though I don't know if you can actually use that on 13.
How did I get into jailbreaking? A friend at school put me on. Um, and that was iOS 8. Yeah.
I got into jailbreaking because iOS 3 was like almost completely useless without one. So
Oh, also, yeah, fun fact. The reason I only got into iOS 8 is because before iOS 8, I didn't have an iPhone. I was an Android person. Would I ever go back to Android? I actually do. I carried a secondary Android device for work purposes until recently. Um, and I don't hate it. I don't not like it either. It's just like I prefer iOS, but if I had to use Android, I don't think it would be the end of the world.
I've not really tried Android recently. Um,
Mm.
I guess not like full on Android, because I have, I do have access to Android apps because, well, I literally have a stack of Chromebooks on top of my desktop right now. But um,
Yeah.
I
Also, the other thing I was gonna say is the phone I have is the OnePlus Nord 2. I really like the phone hardware wise, but it is just to give you an idea of how bad the update problem still is on Android. That phone was released in August 2021. Android 12 was released September 2021, and the OnePlus Nord 2 is still on Android 11. Also, if you think I have a Texan accent, I highly, highly recommend you get a hearing test.
Yeah, you do not sound like you're Texan at all.
I should try flagships. Yeah, I don't really want to spend that much money. I am actually considering getting myself a nothing phone, just because I think it kind of cool, but that would be about
Yeah,
it.
the Nothing phone does look interesting. I believe it was made by someone who used to be part of OnePlus.
Yeah, Carl Pei, he was one of the original founders. Um, Oxygen OS sucks now. Custom ROMs are way better. Yeah, see, the issue with that is the Nord 2 uses. I mean, it's a really good processor, but it's a MediaTek. It's honestly, it's basically it's the Dimensity 1200, but it's like Snapdragon 870 level, which at the time was like basically really, really good. And it still feels really fast and everything. It's just for ROM stuff, it absolutely sucks. Um, is it possible to install Cydia? Maybe, but the true answer is you shouldn't because if it if someone ends up making it work on 15, it's going to be horrific. Not that
So,
it wasn't horrific already.
because I've noticed a certain YouTuber is posting clickbait false information on Twitter shortly after joining and leaving here. Um, the demonstration you're watching right now is A13, and A13 will be supported. That is our goal. Uh, so for
Which
A11
YouTuber
through
would this
A14,
be?
wait, what?
Was it Dave?
Yes,
Oh God.
screw that guy.
Fucking Dave.
Honestly,
Do you remember that one
fucking
time he
Dave.
he was just in here and we just roasted him for like 2 hours?
Oh yeah, yeah. Screw Dave. Um,
Did I tell you what I did when this is like a few months back? He was hosting a Twitter base of like, is uh Taurine 15 releasing this Sunday? And I just joined the stage, spammed the request speaker button. The second he let me speak, I said, "You're not getting a jailbreak this week," and I left. Oh, and the best part is I did that from the Odyssey account.
David's still here. All right, let's crucify him publicly again because we can't screw
Oh, he's
him
still
for
here.
he's
Dave,
still
yeah,
here.
please don't tell people we're
Yeah,
testing on A13. We are not doing that.
no, he's telling people it may or may not work on A13, which is like, well, we are testing on A13 because
Just
that's
not
our
yet.
stream. Wait. No, we are. The stream is A13. Um, no, that is not what we were saying. We just said we will not talk about specific device and OS combinations. Um, so I guess like what we are saying is if you're on A11 through A14, your device will most likely be supported on 15.0 to 15.1.1. Um, we just haven't done testing on all devices yet, so we'll not comment on specific device OS combinations.
Also, if people were wondering, just the lengths I've gone to try and prevent like scam Twitter accounts, I'm about to post the list of Twitter accounts I grabbed in anticipation of the launch. I own all of these usernames.
I think someone stole or made
Yeah,
a
the one that
fake
slipped
Coyote
through my fingers was Cheyote JB.
thing.
Yeah, all of these, if you look at any of these, they're the exact same header, profile picture, and all the bio says is follow Odyssey team. Yeah, Matt, the issue is as at that point I would stop buying SIM cards to have numbers to verify those accounts.
Oh, is Twitter gonna require SMS verification for accounts?
It already well basically if you register a whole bunch of accounts at once, it does. And I actually had to register all of these.
Oh wow.
Yep. I was actually one short because you can get two verifications out of each number, and I had most of them done, and then I needed one more number. And a person, I don't know if they would want me to say this publicly, but a friend of ours helped with the number. Google Voice is not in the UK, just FYI. Google Voice is US only. Or I think it's also in Canada. I don't know. In terms of the current state, what can you actually do right now? 15.0, 15.1.1, shell, custom slash homebrew apps, tweak injection. We have a shell. I don't think we have anything beyond a shell.
Um, I did get brief injection into launch D so far. Um, in fact, I'm probably not very far away from having tweak injection into Springboard. In fact, I don't know if Aaron, you saw my message in the developer channel. I like kind of put an internal bounty up
The
the
tweak.
um for the tweak. I was like, I want a tweak that puts a giant meme up on Springboard so I can demonstrate it.
Yeah, I actually cancelled that now because we're not going with that meme. It's okay because I think our new idea is actually a lot better.
To put up though.
Yes. I'm trying to tag everyone. Jesus Christ.
Also, Chanya Kim, I see you posted a Korean flag. Yes, my one regret when I went to Seoul was that I only stayed there for a week. I should have been there longer.
Oh, Dave mixed up A13 and iPhone 13 in his head.
Sounds typical, typical Dave.
Is there any chance that a fake root FS will be implemented? Categorically, I think we can say no. It's a bad idea. Especially considering it fragments the user base, which is also a huge no-no. Because all of a sudden you have like, you're like, oh yeah, you should focus your tweaks on rootless, but also we're implementing a really hacky workaround for root, and then all of a sudden you don't know should you like make your tweaks with possibility of root in mind or not, and it's a whole thing.
That would complicate the jailbreak too, because it's like I'd have to implement like handling all of that, which is just no.
Oh, that reminds me, I should probably update the server name.
Oh yeah, still keeping Odyssey in the server name. Or are we gonna drop that now that Coyote
I
has been
Well, I think
unveiled?
we'll keep it for now when Cheyote actually releases. I think yeah. I'll make an icon for it at some point too. Embed fail, laugh at this user. Yep, Pride Month is over. Pack it up.
It's gonna copy your meme.
Yes, thank you for reposting the images that are already posted in this channel. Yes, coyote is how you say the fruit. Cheyote is how you say the jailbreak. Yes, outside of the month of June, unfortunately, gay people have been banned. I apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. Regular service will resume next June.
Wait, hold a minute. Wait, what?
Pride Month's over. Pack it up. I'm kidding. What was the process in thinking about the name? Um, there wasn't one. I just came up with a dumb joke. Yes, basically what Capt posted, but I don't think I was drunk when I came up with the name? Question mark. Um, will there be a banana theme? Not really, because we have a few yellow-based themes already. Oh, Star, are you seeing this?
I see this. Um,
The website screenshot. Oh, Jesus.
Wait, the like Discord gift thing failed.
Oh no. This is up there for the most cursed thing I've seen today.
Okay, here we go. That one doesn't fail.
Oh, Cam, I was in a park once and some Mormons came up to me, and they were like, "Do you have time to talk about the Church of the Latter-day Saints?" I just replied, I was like, "I'm a Satanist," and they just walked away. That's the easiest way to deal with people like that. I'm not Dutch. Why would you think I'm Dutch? You ever met a Dutch person called Aaron? Any more questions? No, we're not answering ETA questions. Fuck you. What's with you and worse Aaron's funny joke about which of the two of you is better? There's no joke. I am better. He just refuses to acknowledge it. We've had Twitter ratios over this. It's
Someone posted one even more current.
oh no. Oh Jesus Christ.
No.
Oh, I'm gonna send that to Justin. He's gonna love that.
Why?
Um, what do you think of about the slow marching of time, slowly guiding us all to an inevitable death? I think it's too slow, honestly. I'm not answering that, Capt. No, stop it. Stop that. Bad. Which do you think is the most stable version? The latest version will always be the most stable version. I think there's very few exceptions to that rule. Has there ever been an exception to that stuff? Except for maybe like 12.1.2 being more stable for A12 devices than 12.4 was?
I think that one was mostly down to the jailbreak, though, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like 12.2 and 12.4, the like for A12, that's probably literally just because Chimera wasn't available for 12.4 on A12.
Um, I'm more curious about the UI. It's pretty. Well, I mean, ask away. I'm here. Ask UI questions. iOS 10 and 11 had the best job. My man, 10 and 11 were probably some of the roughest times for jailbreaking. Like Yalu was like I
Oh,
love Luca to death,
Yalu
but Yalu was
was
not great.
Yalu was pretty bad. Like,
Um,
funny thing is that I was actually blocked by Cordy for quite some time because, like, I reported to him that there was a bug in Yalu where I could like reproducibly kernel panic a device as mobile from it just rendering images, and he didn't want to fix it.
what other things do you do with the jailbreak beside customization? I think Cameron saying precursors, like it's a pretty like basic answer on the face of it, but like genuinely there is a shit ton of stuff you can do with precursors. Am I right in saying you can run an Nginx server on an iOS device because of precursors? Um, yeah, I genuinely ran Discord bots off an iPad for a while. Thanks to precursors. Um, yeah, you can run a Minecraft server. That was a thing. That's just precursors. Also on top of that, like, I know some people were at some point jailbreaking their devices and then basically setting them up to be security cameras, um, using like some jailbreak stuff to make it like more easy to use and reliable, like with some activator gestures and stuff. Um, FFmpeg works on precursors as well, if I'm not mistaken, which makes it really useful on the go for like flipping media formats. Yeah, that's just on the precursor side of things. Precursors does a lot.
So that being said about the so I might have some potential bad news regarding the Minecraft server and for potential tweaks for Safari is that um so the dynamic code sign entitlement potentially might be off limits with the iOS 15 core trust bypass. So it's possible those two might not be a thing on 15. At least not until a like PPL bypass.
Supremo says, will Cheyote run on higher versions and show the unsupported button, or will it just not open at all like Tori? Tori shows an unsupported button. The only reason Tori wouldn't open is if you're trying to open it on 15, I think.
No, even then it should still open at least.
I know there was a thing on 14 where Odyssey wouldn't open because I think it was to do with the API changes. Something stupid like that. But no, it should just this app can't run on this iOS version. It shouldn't show that. It should just show an unsupported button. Would something like Houdini be possible at this point? Um, Probably not. I don't think so. Besides,
Also,
honestly, I think you'd be better waiting for just an actual jailbreak.
Appa, yes, I think it's web content that has the entitlement. So it is possible that tweaks just might not be able to inject into that process because we can't like sign anything with dynamic code sign. Though
To
I
oh,
guess
that's
good news at least is that it's probably not going to be as big of an issue because in Safari you can just natively run extensions from the App Store now. So
yeah. Um,
I'd recommend doing that.
to Oryx Coffee's question, we kind of answered this already. It's something we can look into. 14.8.1 support for Taurine. But it would definitely be after Cheo, and it's not a guarantee by any means. Especially considering, um, was it yeah, this hacks exploit didn't wasn't useful for like a full jailbreak, but you said you could possibly backport the worst 15 exploit. So yeah, it's a maybe is probably the best answer we can give right now on 14.8.1. We are not no, that is not going to be the icon. No, bad.
No, that is not definitely not gonna be the icon.
What's the name of the iOS 16 jailbreak? Fuck knows. Probably won't be 7 letters because we're not going to be the ones making it. Cheyote. Yeah, we really put our whole Cheyote in this jailbreak. There will not be a Linus theme. Dear mods, feel free to ban people who are asking ETAs. Question from a fan. Or are you good? I guess unfortunately I'm cishet.
Someone just edited the Electra website.
Yes, 10 out of 10. Why is Apple so hard on not letting users who pay the ridiculous amount of money for their devices allowing us to customize it strictly for security reasons? Apple could at any point add customization features. So security is not that the question there. It's more in terms of wanting to keep to a certain look for their devices. If you notice, whenever Apple adds customization, even the customization is like quite tightly restricted. So like now you can change the font on the clock on the iOS lock screen, but you can only choose from 8 fonts and you can't resize it, that kind of thing. Um, they have like a very distinct visual style they want people to keep to. Um, and outside of that, then the fact that you jailbreak requires like a security exploit is like, you know, that is inherently a security reason. So yeah, kind of, I guess.
Apple could pretty easily add support for customization because like
Mm,
they already have the developer modes toggle thing in
yep.
iOS 16. Like they could just put another toggle, but Apple is just like, hello, I like money. So yeah.
Abs, I don't know if you know this. There are several episodes of Talkboard available on Apple Podcasts, featuring more of my silky smooth voice. Avoid the episode with Andy Wick because me and apparently devolved into an argument. I can't remember since it's been so long since I listened to it.
Work is no longer involved in jailbreaking.
Yeah, it was like the best part is it was Jamie and Justin as hosts, and then Curb and Andy Wick were the guests. So it was
Oh
like
no.
so it was the maintainers of like all three repos.
An obvious conflict of interest there.
Yeah, slightly. Is Talkboard still alive? No, I haven't really made an announcement or anything, but it's pretty much dead just because I feel like it peaked and I kind of had episodes with all like the big names. Like I feel like it kind of peaked with Luca and there wasn't really any more I could do from there. What's your outlook on the future of iOS with the way EU is cracking down on software locks? Honestly, I personally think if we're gonna get sideloading, we should get sideloading like normally. I really don't like the idea of a government body regulating shit like that just because it sets bad precedents. Because it's just one step from there to governments should have decryption keys for iOS and the shitstorm that goes from there.
I feel like
Um,
the fact that we've gotten to that point is entirely Apple's fault because it's
yeah.
like this should not have been necessary, but like it's good the EU is taking action on it because clearly Apple wasn't going to do it on their own.
hmm But like the flip side of that is Apple is going to try every possible way to dig their heels in and like not do it in a way that's convenient for anybody. If you want an example of this, just look at what happened with the Dutch dating app thing. They went through like 10 different iterations, and the current iteration still is like completely hamstrung.
What happened with that Dutch dating app thing?
Apple eventually got it to a point where the regulators were like, "Oh, it's fine, I guess," and it's like not great, but it works. But yeah, with the EU, again, I would like sideloading to exist. I just don't like the idea of it being regulated into existence because once we start regulating how companies build the software for their own devices, things just get really twisted.
Buy an entitlement external purchase link? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah, also basically they're like, "Oh, payment processing is 3%, so you have to pay us everything aside from the 3%." So instead of 15%, you pay them 12%, or instead of 30%, you pay them 27%. And they don't process payments for that. You have to figure out your own payment processing.
That is so stupid. It's like
Well, I mean, yeah, but the thing is that's the point they got to, and Dutch regulators were like, "Yep, that's fine." Hmm. Oh no, Hayden, I don't think that was a real request. Oh, never mind, it was. Does anyone have any other questions? Preferably UI related, because if not, I'm probably gonna go to bed. No,
be about
you are not getting the Phoenix
I have
logo.
one question about the UI.
No.
What is wrong with just a blank screen that just has jailbreak in plain text on it?
Um, People want options such as disabling tweaks and restoring rootfs.
They should just
a nonce.
write tweaks for the jailbreak.
No.
That sounds horrifying. Could you imagine a restore
I
rootfs tweak? Oh my god.
I
Those
will do
have
that.
already
Someone actually
existed
did
in
that, and they did a
everywhere.
bash script
Snapback. Oh
that
no,
just
yes.
deleted a bunch of files, except the ones that were on the that were
There
system
was
files.
snapback, wasn't there?
Snapback was actually good though.
Yeah, but like, what? Like, didn't it stop working like iOS 13, 14-ish?
Yeah, but there wasn't anything you could do about that, as far as I know.
Comic Sans for Cheyote, please. No, thank you.
Oh, one more question. Will we get a Cheyote man page?
Probably not.
Yeah, this is not a command line tool.
That's how about a libhooker one? That's what we really
Actually, I
need.
mean, there won't be a Linus theme because Taurine did the Linus theme already. We don't do memes 2 years in a row.
JB update or jailbreak?
Will you be adding a pop with a new eye? Yeah, so I've shown this off. I don't know if you've seen it. If not, let me grab the image. But basically, when there is an update, this is what it will look like. Um, yeah, when an update is available, this is what you'll get. It will be changelog, which will be expandable, and an update button. If you have Alt Store installed, that will be a one tap update.
Does the update button run JB update if you're already jailbroken?
We could make it do that. You'd have to have JB update installed. I
Otherwise,
don't
it
know if you
just
wanted.
opens the app, opens the
I
website.
think I think
So
updating the
basically,
jailbreak
Alt
might
Store.
be. Oh,
I was
I
gonna
think it
say
might
Alt
be
Store.
better to.
You go first.
Okay, I think for updating it, if we're if the button in the app should probably direct them to get the new IPA.
Yeah.
But if they're already in jailbroken state, then I think the original idea of mine was to have libhooker configurator run JB update. I guess the only thing is that there are some upgrade paths that you actually cannot JB update from and to. I
Yeah.
think the most obvious one that comes to mind is Taurine. From Taurine 1.0, you can JB update up to Taurine 1.0.4, but from 1.0.4 you cannot JB update to 1.0.5 because it broke between the two. But if you're
Yeah.
on Taurine 1.0.5, then you can JB update all the way up to latest and you're good. So
We could hypothetically we could make it basically go through a check on the Cheyote site to see if the version is compatible through JB update and JB update if that check goes through.
Why not just update the permanent package?
Yeah, that too. But basically, right now, how it works on Taurine is if you have Alt Store installed, Alt Store supports passing a link through. So I just pass the link for the latest IPA through, and it will install that through Alt Store with one tap. If you don't have Alt Store installed, it just takes you to the latest release on the website.
Imagine using Alt Store. I just use Supercharge.
Um, can you make it so we can downgrade the app version with the debug menu? Yeah, no, I don't think we will ever do that because the entire idea is to disincentivize downgrading because the more people on the latest version, the easier it is to suss out issues. Like
yeah.
if someone comes to us and is like, "Oh, hey, I'm having this issue," and we're like, "What version are you on?" and they tell us they're like 2 versions back, that's like not really helpful to us because the first thing we're gonna say is update.
I remember the most egregious one was there was one person on Twitter, I think it was the developer of Installer, was
Mm.
constantly complaining about bugs in Chimera. And
Mm.
and then like I was like, what version of Chimera you're on? And I think he was on something stupid. It was like 1.0.3 or something like that.
Oh, for like
And
Cydia support.
and and in the meantime, Chimera was at like version like 1.3.0 or something like
Jesus
that.
Christ.
And it's like, come on, dude. Your version is like 6, 7 months out of date. Like, just stop.
Yeah.
Common installer now.
But yeah, fun fact, for Chimera, I do remember I did purposely break Cydia for like an entire year because I wanted to like incentivize people to like get off of Cydia and move to Cilio so they wouldn't have like upgrade issues. Plus, it would also like get Cilio's like progress forward quicker.
Yeah. And then we had Cydia on Percussus, which was fun.
It works good enough. There were only a few major UI bugs.
I think it works good enough has just been the slogan for Cydia for like the past 5 years. Is a package manager selector possible to do in time? We won't do a package manager selector. It will be Cilia out the box. If you want anything else, you can just install it through Cilia. Is how do you say Cilia? Is that the right pronunciation? Cilia. I'm actually
There you go.
breaking my habit of saying it wrong, which is nice.
I don't. I'm not aware of any camera bug in Chimera. Like, I've not been able to like reproduce that issue.
Yeah, I know on cover had the really gruesome camera bug for a while. Might be getting it confused with that.
Here, actually,
Also,
I think.
Hayden, for a package manager selector, I think they mean like literally in the Jailbreak app you pick which one. Um, Also, I saw another question. Oh yeah, will Cydia ever die? Cydia is pretty much dead already. Like with how much is changing in iOS 15, I will be very, very surprised if someone updates it.
Last new Sega update was a few months ago when I added Havoc to the default repos. But it's only on the testing Progresses repo. It's not actually on the main one.
Also, yeah, I just tested because I have my iPhone 5S running Chimera still, and yeah, camera app just works. So yeah, I cannot reproduce any camera app issues on Chimera.
Who do you suggest new users to follow in regards to updates about the upcoming jailbreak? The only official sources of updates will be the Odyssey team Twitter, uh, one of the people who has flared Odyssey team on Reddit, and on this Discord through announcements. Those are the only channels where anything will be announced. If anything is announced outside of those channels, it is safe to say it is not official. Unless it's like maybe a member of Precursor's team, but even then, I doubt there would be an instance where they are announcing something about the jailbreak itself. They're announcing something about Precursors, that's down to them.
Okay, I'll answer your question. The question everyone has been asking. The ETA? It will
Yes,
be
there is an
in
ETA.
5 minutes.
Yes, it will
We'll be
be.
ready in
In
five
fact,
Yeah.
minutes.
you.
Um,
Exactly.
We're gonna release it right
Speaking
now.
of Chimera, does anyone guess the uptime of Chimera on my iPhone 5S?
1 year.
I'm going with 3.
Wait, with how much?
3 years.
No, it's not quite 3 years.
Oh, because you probably updated it. I'm gonna guess
Yeah,
year and a
because
half.
Chimera doesn't have JB update, remember?
Yeah, year and a half.
Not quite, but it is 303 days.
Damn.
Yeah. And it still does not have any camera bug. So that's I'm just like, yeah, what camera bug? This thing's been running for 300 days.
God damn. How do you keep that? How do you remember to keep that thing charged?
Oh, I have a like Anchor 5-port USB thing.
Oh, you just keep it plugged in 24/7?
I just keep it plugged in.
Out of interest, will the update for chat run
That's gonna ruin
automatically
the
with the
battery.
UI, or will it only open the page to download the latest IPA? So yeah, like I've said, it will be the same as Taurine. If you have AltStore installed, it will update via AltStore. If you do not have AltStore installed, it will just take you to the latest IPA page. We may make it use JB update if you're already jailbroken, but that is not confirmed. I have not heard of SideStore. What was a good alternative to AltStore? I think people use sideload lead now. Um, Listen, Abs, all I'm saying is I would use AltStore just because the update feature is just so nice. You tap one button, it installs straight away, and then you go back and it's updated.
If anyone's watching my stream, but I think some people are pointing out that Chimera might only have the issue on the iPod Touch 6, but
A random
here,
device to have the issue on.
let me show you why it is unlikely to get fixed. Can you see my screen?
Jesus
That
Christ.
I don't think an iPod Touch 6 generation is worth this much.
Yeah, there is no way on earth. What the fuck? Okay,
Yeah.
wait. Wait. Try like a shit condition one.
Uh,
Oh, out of stock. Never mind. There you go. Oh,
yeah.
109. That's still not
Like,
good.
for that, we probably have to find something stupid. Touch 6
It also
broken
exists on the
screen.
iPad apparently.
Yeah, but I suspect iPad is probably gonna. Oh, yeah, sure. Let me just ruin my finger.
Jesus. Just put tape over the screen. Easy peasy.
Like, would tape, like, still have working touch functionality?
Yeah, I know this
Jeez.
from experience.
Oh, dang, this iPod can run Electra.
I'm gonna guess they don't have blobs for the 12.
It wouldn't matter because, just update to latest.
Yeah, but if you're testing a Chimera camera bug.
Yeah, that would be updated to the latest version of 12.
Oh shit, yeah, 6th gen. Right.
Yeah, 6th gen. It's been long discontinued.
I keep
So,
mixing it with 7th gen, which is somehow still supported.
well,
Well,
not for
not
long
not for 16,
getting
yeah.
dropped in 16.
Even though iPad has A10 support, iOS does not.
That still has A9 support.
Yeah, you know, the funny thing is, I think it's actually like 100% just the lock screen stuff. Because I feel like they're using Neural Engine to do like the depth mapping shit on static images. Um, because every device that is supported on iOS now is A11 or higher, which means they all have neural engines. So I reckon when iPad gets that next year, they're going to drop the A9 and A10 iPads.
There's like the only iPod touches that are like reasonably priced are either like so out of date they're not gonna run even iOS 12, or like actually just like iCloud locked or shattered display.
Mm.
Which oh, an explanation of Chimera's code sign bypass. Um Pretty much the way Chimera works is, so when Amphi loads a signature, it eventually has to write that to kernel memory, and it calls a few functions to do that. And Chimera, using a pack bypass on the firmwares that need pack, and just using KXEC on A11 and lower, it just straight up writes the code signature to kernel memory. It's like, all right, here we go, just run this. Amphi can go fuck itself, pretty much.
Yeah. Python 2.7 bad. Hey. No, I like Python. If it wasn't for Python, I wouldn't know how to do development. Okay, I have a soft spot for Python. Besides, it could be worse. It could be JavaScript.
JavaScript was my first language.
I'm really sorry to hear that. Yeah, Java itself is probably like one of the worst. I think having seen what I've seen of C++, I think C++ is also pretty awful.
I could potentially name you like the worst um development environment plus language combination.
Didn't didn't Soric do some stuff in like Object Plus or some shit?
Yeah. Yeah, he has.
Jesus Christ.
But I can tell you something that I found is potentially worse. Um, Imagine doing Java backend using Docker.
Oh my God.
Wait, Evan, do you remember me complaining about that like for months?
No.
Like that used to be my day job like from 2020 to like first half of 2021, and
Jesus
I should
Christ.
probably say something that I quit that team at work.
For any of you that ever want to like continue hating your life for the rest of your life, just look through some of Cydia's source code. Like, I think the only way to describe it is spaghetti.
Someone asked, what is my swap at right now? Let's check that actually. 23 megabytes. So they're not doing too bad.
Oh no. Oh, don't look. They made a build Delphine jailbreak.
Oh no.
Again, if you are asking about a specific tweak, we do not know. It is down to the developer. For anyone who really wants to just continue not enjoying the rest of their day, here is the link. Cydia's source code.
Someone made a GitLab for Sarek.
I think he made a GitLab for himself. Oh no, unofficial mirror.
Yeah,
Right.
unofficial.
Oh yeah, if you go to git.soric.com, it gives you a this connection is not private. I'm assuming because he hasn't enabled HTTPS.
No, it's
Yeah,
because he has
TLS
outdated
1.0 or
HTTPS.
1.1.
Let's check what version of TLS is this. Overview. This is an error page. Thank you, Chrome. Very helpful.
Dude, if you think that GitLab is worse than GitHub, never venture to git.soric.com.
Oh,
If Cydia
Cameron,
1 is so good, why didn't they make a Cydia 2? Huh, Cam?
So Chimera knows a new binary is being executed because we hook POSIX spawn everywhere, and this is there in Chimera, Odyssey, Taurine, etc.
Start. Someone says please show on stream why it's bad. Do you want to go through some of the pretty awful bits of Cydia on stream?
Okay.
I'm sure Hayden has some favorites.
Let's see. So say you're trying to look through Cydia's code base, and it's like, all right, let me open mobilecydia.mm. Oh,
Jesus
what is
Christ.
that? Oh wait, it's not even rendering correctly because you have to scroll through so much. Like, imagine having all of this just like completely unorganized and just everything in one file. It's just no, just don't do this. Like, I think even Winterboard is like just as bad. Do they have that here? Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, library.mm. I think. Yes. Yes, there it is.
My God, have you seen how awful his Git site is? I forgot how bad this was. It like doesn't list the files, it lists the commits, and then you have to click a commit. And then no, it's not even that. What the fuck is going on?
So
So
I think there's even like more dumb stuff. Oh yeah,
I
right here.
I have
Like what is
no idea how to navigate this. Jesus Christ.
like what is this? Why? Just
Okay, start. Try and go to git.soric.com and try and get to mobilecydia.mm. No, on his actual Git. This is unofficial. So open a new tab and go to git.soric.com.
no, I am. It's not allowing me to.
Oh, what? Because of TLS?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's yeah. No, it's so bad to navigate.
I think I know how to get to his site. Give me a second while I
I
just
I I think it might just work through Safari. I think Safari lets you bypass the check.
does it? Because I was
Yeah.
gonna have a better idea.
Safari literally just lets you hit show details and then go visit the site.
Oh. Um
I think that's the first time I've seen Apple let you do something like that and Google not let you do something like that. It might just be there and click details. Will it show in details? Oh
yeah,
my
it's
God, are you
fine. I'll
really gonna
just
run a whole fucking VM for this?
Yes, Microsoft, I know this browser is discontinued. Just know I'm using this for a specific purpose.
Okay, my stream is behind. That explains it. There we go. Really? Internet Explorer? Are you serious?
Yes.
Alright, yeah. Okay, so now try and get to mobilestudio.mm.
So you gotta click here. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to go to tree. It's like, so if you just click on
Yeah, if
studio.git,
you
it
just
just gives
click
you
on here, it'll just like why?
it just takes you to the commit list.
And then if you click there, it's like commits.
Yeah, it gives you the changes.
And to even get here in the first place, your browser needs to be out of date.
Yeah, or you need to bypass the safety check.
Like, I'm literally using Internet Explorer. I think the only thing that could have made that more appropriate was if I used Windows XP to open Sark's webpage.
I think 98 at that point. Okay.
Because fun fact, I think they actually completely removed Internet Explorer from Windows 11, so you just can't even
Yeah,
use it.
but Edge actually has an IE mode built in, which is meant to replace actually using Internet Explorer. I'll make package manager that makes it look like good city. There was never a good Cydia, so that's a
Yeah, there was
question.
never a good Cydia.
Does it still use Chromium in that mode? I think so, but it's actually I don't know. I doubt they're holding on to a whole engine, like rendering engine, just for IE mode. Let's see. It uses. Oh no! Wow, it actually is. It's using the Trident MS HTML engine from IE 11 for legacy sites. Wow. They are including two fucking browser engines in their browser. In case anyone wants to know more about the worst thing ever to exist.
The funny thing, I used to daily drive Edge for like almost 2 years, but then I got tired of all the like actual shit that was on the new tab page, and I was just like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm done.
What's funny is I use Edge on Windows, but I actually preferred like pre-Chromium Edge.
Interesting, because pre-Chromium Edge I had some issues with, like, not with the actual browser engine, it was more with the UI just glitching out.
Yeah. The honestly, I think design-wise it looked better, and I really liked the dark reader mode. I don't know if they brought that over to Chromium Edge because I stopped using it in favor of Firefox. I use on Windows. On my Windows machine, I'm mostly just gaming. If I'm like searching the internet, I don't even pay attention to what. All I know is I set my default to something. Also, vertical tabs are cursed no matter what browser you use.
Yeah, don't use vertical tabs.
Like that is like number one sign you're a serial killer.
Also, I guess since Hayden and Cameron are here, hopefully still,
Cameron's here.
any commands you want us to test on here? The jailbreak will let you delete var. I mean, var is still read-write, so I guess if you really want to. Not that I would recommend that.
Well, like a great way to get yourself booked in for a Genius Bar appointment. We already ran Neofetch. You missed it.
Yeah, there's new fetch again. Oh, okay.
Necofetch, dear God.
Neko fetch. See, do I have NeoFetch installed on the Mac itself? No, I do not.
I do. Also, ignore the really ugly color. My terminal window is like slightly see-through, and it looks really good on the machine, and it looks terrible in screenshots. Probably the best way is to take a different screenshot. This is how it looks like when I'm actually using it.
Does Apple have a native AirPlay receiver in macOS?
They do now.
Oh,
They
it
added it
is.
with, I can't remember if it was Big Sur or Monterey. I think it was Monterey, but you can AirPlay to your Mac now.
Interesting, because I do not see it. Oh, it has to be signed into your Apple ID.
Yeah, they both have to be on the same one. No, actually, I don't think so.
Oh, wait, there we go.
Someone just DM'd me and said, I'm a Java developer and I use vertical tabs. Am I a threat to public safety? Yes. Hand yourself into the.
Actually, AirPlaying to the MacBook, while the MacBook is AirPlaying to another computer.
I'm a Java developer and I use vertical tabs. Am I a threat to society? Yes.
Though that being said, it doesn't appear to be working.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, is there an option for 10 core, 14 core? I thought it was 814 and 1016.
For
M1
8 core
Pro.
on which one? Oh, M1 Pro, I think there might be.
Oh, is it like a BTO option for the base model?
That, yeah, possibly.
Mine's not BTO, mine's the higher tier base model. So I have.
Actually, no, the 8 core is the complete base model.
Yeah, but if you BTO it, I think you can do 10, 14.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have the whatchamacallit. I have the 10 core CPU. And
Because I feel like realistically, it's like, what are you gonna do with GPU cores in Mac OS right now?
I mean, you'd be surprised. Apparently, GTA 5 runs really well in crossover. I really want to try it. The only reason I haven't gotten it to work is because the Rockstar launcher doesn't install for some reason. But there are videos of it running and running well.
Oh.
Yeah, I have the 16 core GPU. Yeah, no, yeah, crossover runs really well. Like for some games. I think Witcher 3 is another one that actually works pretty well through crossover. You need to use another copy of GTA. What does that mean? Oh, I need to, okay, a non-legitimate copy?
Okay, someone asked, can we run demons on rootless? SSH is a demon, and it is running.
So let me get this straight. So to play a game I own on a machine I own, I have to pirate it. I just want to make sure I've got that right. Okay. I love DRM so much. Isn't it the greatest? But yeah. To the guy who's saying no pirate, please explain, because every time I try to install the Rockstar launcher, it gives me some really stupid cryptic error that like no amount of Googling has uncovered an answer for. Also, for the people who have it installed and it works, bear in mind you may have installed it when it was working and an update has probably broken it. Oh, okay, that works. I don't mind that because I do actually have a license, unlike most people that use crossover.
Oh, for my terminal, I'm using iTerm. It's an
Also
option in the settings.
bear in mind you can change the color of the stock terminal app. All you do is hit terminal preferences and go to profiles, and there are a shit ton of options, and you can make your own themes too. Uh, yeah, so for mine, I just you can choose like how much background blur and transparency you have. So I have like a slightly translucent, heavily blurred background on my terminal, which I quite like. I got a 14-inch, 16 inches to. I had a 16-inch Intel machine, and then the new 16-inch got even heavier, and I was just like, I would rather not have back pain for the rest of my life, so I got a 14-inch. Honestly, I prefer the size. When SPV on talkboard over my dead body. Bigger is not always better, especially when you have a 27-inch 4K monitor to plug into whenever you like. You saw Windows 11 start menu before because Star was running a VM.
Oh no, that's because my host machine is Windows 11. You can see I'm
Wait, hold up.
AirPlaying from my Mac.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Why
Yeah.
didn't you just run OBS on the Mac?
Um, I guess it's because and does OBS support encoding on M1 like
Yep, and it has
hardware
for a
storage?
while.
Oh, okay.
I just assumed that's what you were doing.
No, I'm running OBS on my desktop and I'm AirPlaying from the MacBook to it.
Okay, yes, for the 700th time, please do not ask us about device iOS combinations. We don't know yet.
All we can say is that we have tested A13 and A11. We've tested A13 on 15.0.1, and we've tested A11 on 15.1. And we expect it should work for A11 through A14 on 15.0 to 15.1.1. So, yeah, A10 and below will need some work on the exploit side, and A15 we will not comment on right now.
I don't even want to put this through Google Translate if it's an ETA, I swear to God. Yeah, A14, you probably have the most hope because Star actually has an A14 device.
I have an A11, A12, A13, and A14 right now. So
Yes. The iPhone 5C is the worst
also
iPhone ever made. Prove me wrong. The iPhone 6 begs to differ.
the iPhone 6 actually worse than the 5C? Because I don't think so.
Well, I
6
mean,
Plus was.
the 6, yeah, the 6 and the 6 Plus both had the same issue with the bending. Also managing
6
to flex
wasn't
on the.
really as
Oh no,
affected.
trust me, this I had a 6. My brother also had a 6. It was just as bad. Because I know Apple only covered the 6 Plus on their service program, but the regular 6 had the exact same issue where it would flex on the exact point of the logic board where the touch controller was.
Interesting. I guess I might have gotten lucky and not had any issues with it
Yeah, the
before
thing
I
with
sold it.
the thing with the 6 is it was because it was smaller, it was easier to not bend, but it still had the same issues when it was bent.
I also did have a case on my iPhone 6, which probably helped.
My brother managed to bend his by keeping like 2 cards and some paper in the back of his case. The entire phone bent because of that.
Jeez, that is awful.
Yeah. Um, Thankfully Apple just replaced it for free.
It's, like, I know then if I had an iPhone 6, I probably would have bent it if I still had it.
Yeah, you can bend them with like 2 hands, no matter how strong you are.
The funny thing, when I was in Korea, it does not work there.
Yeah.
Samsung Pay works.
Mm.
So for transit, I have the like physical key code too, and at some point I just like stuck the card behind my phone inside the phone case.
Mm.
So I guess if it was an iPhone 6, it would have been doing that.
Probably. Um, yes. All right. Any final questions before we wrap up? If it's an ETA, I am going to ban you. You cannot get a Supra. In fact, if you have money for a Supra, go get yourself a Supra. I believe in you. Will Cheyote be a staggered release? We don't know yet. It will, if it supports all devices on launch, it will. If not, it won't. No one has said Jailbreak is not coming for A15 at launch. It may not come at launch. There is a big difference. Do we need to sideload apps or will they work from VAR applications? That's one for you.
To work from /var/gb/applications.
Will A9X be supported? Again, we are not sure on the specifics of version and Chipset combinations, that will come later.
Questions regarding perma-signing apps, we will cover that later. Worst case scenario for perma-signing, though, will probably replace something like the Tips app.
How about create a virtual root to use rooted jailbreak? Yes, we will take 7-8 gigs of storage, but for me, it's worth having root access. Yeah, that's great that it's worth it for you, but it is not a good idea, and we're not doing it. That's like final.
It is also not worth the development time to try and do that.
Yeah, not probably won't happen. It will not happen, and if it somehow does happen, it won't be us.
It would probably just be Tim Star doing it by himself.
Mm-hmm. And again, we will like highly disincentivize doing that because it will fracture the user base.
Also, funny thing, I can tell you right now, Tim Star is probably also not going to end up doing it by himself. Simply because Karin and Cheyote are written in Swift, and Tim Star hates Swift.
This man really bypassed the filter because he got the name of the piracy tool wrong. That's incredible. Will first version of Cheyote support again? We are not confirming iOS combinations. That is not a thing that's happening right now. Yeah, we can have a switch on the UI to decide if people want root or not, but that's fracturing the user base. Like it's a bad idea.
Here, I will put a list of devices that I will be testing on.
Maybe put the versions as well, just to clear that up too. Or they're all
Yeah.
15.1.1. It's not about having a warning. It's a bad idea, no matter if you know what you're doing or not. Like, I don't know how else to stress this. It's a bad idea because of the idea itself, not because of the users. There probably won't be, but just ask around. People who have been in this chat will probably just know to respond.
Okay, so I put a list of devices that I will be testing. So A11 through A14 will most likely be working when we release. A10 is not guaranteed, same with A9 or A8. And A15 is also not guaranteed. But
That's a where's the 11? My guy, this is the
like, come on,
devices she has on hand.
these are the devices I have. Like, I'm not made of money. Like,
Cheyote will not support any iOS 14 versions. Taurine is the iOS 14 jailbreak. That is the point of naming them differently for iOS versions.
we will not comment on anything higher than 15.1.1.
We are looking into it. That is all we are saying at the time. There will possibly be an update for Taurine. No guarantees.
Also, Xcode does not have an emulator. It is a simulator. I think most of these questions are just repeats of messages we've already sent or what we've already answered. So,
Pretty much, yeah. I think it's a good time to
yeah.
wrap up.
I think if there's nothing else that's new, we'll probably wrap it up here.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. And yeah, if you have any other questions, feel free to like shoot us a ping within reason. Don't make it a dumb question. But yeah, that has been us. Have a good
And
night.
there might be a chance we might have another discussion, but I will post when we will have that. So,
And it will most likely be closer to release.
correct.
All right. Well, bye guys.
See you later.